Who here has ever thought about changing their diet? Whether you have or haven't, animal products definitely affect our bodies more than we think they do. Hello everyone, my name is Sahib Talwar and I have been a plant-based eater for the last couple of months. I went vegan and primarily because of my health. That was my experience with dairy and milk, and because they bothered me, I decided I wanted to change and transition into a plant-based diet. However, not everybody gets bothered by milk and meat. If you do want to change your diet, please do analyze your body and figure out what bothers you and then start from there. That being said, today I do want to touch on two main points of how animal products, i.e. milk and meat, affect the human body. First being the way they're produced. How does the way they are produced affect us as humans? And secondly, I want to talk about obesity. Let's first talk about antibiotics and how those are being used to treat the animals that we eat today. When we think of antibiotics, we think of an illness or a sickness. However, those lines of antibiotic use have far been surpassed when it comes to this industry. In an article where Dr. Chorverine Ohm and his team interviewed a farmer, one farmer stated that the fat in supplements is mixed in the feed and his pigs aren't growing well unless he uses the supplement. And later, Dr. Ohm stated that farmers and veterinarians were concerned of the possible effects that were concerned that antibiotic residuals in animal meat could harm human health, but they did not link this with antibiotic resistance. Essentially, this is saying that yes, that veterinarians and farmers both realize that the meat that we're eating today is affecting us, that antibiotics are affecting us, but they did not link this with antibiotic resistance. And they are not even considering to change this at any time soon because this is such a profitable business. They don't care if there's any antibiotics in the bloodstream left over in an animal and how that affects us. It's a profitable business and they're going to keep on doing it. Secondly, I want to talk about obesity. I know many of you might be skeptical about the plant-based diet, and that's completely understandable. However, it does have effects on us beyond the actual animals. The antibiotics that are used to fatten the animals are suspected to also fatten us. In an article by Dr. Hana Kaliova and her team, she conducted a 16-week study using 75 obese Americans, and she found that after 16 weeks, she put one group at the control group who just ate their regular animal product diet, and then they had an independent group who was on a low-fat plant-based diet. In turn, she realized that after the 16 weeks, weight went down in the control group, fat mass decreased, and energy increased and BMI decreased. All those levels decreased simply from just turning plant-based. And according to the CDC, more than 100 million Americans today have obesity, and out of that, 22 million have severe obesity. So that being said, animal products definitely affect us. They do. And the way that they're manufactured goes beyond the animals themselves. And so I'm not saying that animal products are causing obesity, but I am saying that it is possible in the commercial market because not everybody has the luxury of having cows and livestock in their backyards. So that being said, you don't have to go vegan overnight. You don't have to go cold turkey and leaving out all of your meats and milks and all the other animal products, pun intended. So change doesn't have to be overnight. Simply, you can wake up tomorrow morning and you can say, yeah, I want to have some oat milk with my cereal, or I want to try some chicken nuggets, vegan chicken nuggets. There are so many sustainable options that fuel our bodies and support the world around us. Thank you.